how do you run a practice with your spouse and build a family also and make it all work and pursue some really fun passions as well? That's what we're going to talk about on this video, and I am totally excited to have my beautiful wife, Aubrey, with me on this video. We practice in a very small town, and every time I go out, I'm a pediatrician and I've practiced in the area for over 22 years. And every time I go out with my kids, someone always stops me and says hi. And they always sort of roll their eyes when I say, hey, your dad is famous. What can I say?
Your dad is a mini celebrity.
I'm a mini celebrity, right? They don't buy it 1 minute and they always roll their eyes. But you know what? The brains behind the practice and even the genesis of the practice, and that's a whole different story we're not going to go into. A lot of it really has to do with my beautiful wife here, and so I'm so happy to have her on the show. This is Aubrey, my wife and life partner and lover and mother of my kids.
Hello guys, I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for the opportunity to see your audience. It's a delight to be here.
Certainly has been. So we have had some really crazy times running this practice together and building a family at the same time. And we're just thinking about, some of those crazy times. And, when we took over the practice, when we bought the practice, we already had 3 kids. How old are the kids now?
Yeah, we had our oldest was 9 years old. And then the next was 7. The middle child was 7. And then we just had Judah. Judah was just born. He was born December.
Yeah, a couple months before, 2 months before the practice
February.
started.
So yeah, he came to work on day 1.
I remember her coming to work with him in a baby carrier. What was that like?
I think it was more like the excitement, the adrenaline. Yes, it was challenging, but hey, give me that mountain. That was the attitude. So we had to make it work.
Yes.
Because getting the practice, it was a whole long story, and it finally happened. And it so happened that it happened after I just had the baby. Yeah. And in February here, we are here starting the practice, February 7th exactly. So it was challenging. I came with my baby bassinet. I came with everything because this is, hey.
You had a bassinet in the office.
I looked like I was going to war. There's all the things that, like those soldiers that had the bag over here. And you have that was how I looked walking into the practice that day. But the mindset was we're going to succeed. And so we did what we had to do.
Yeah, I'm grateful for how far God has brought us and how
and by
much
the
the
way,
practice has grown.
A lot of prayers go into this sort of madness. How would I call it? I don't want to call it organized chaos.
It is organized chaos.
But a lot of things happening at the same time.
For anyone who runs a practice or a business, any business, it is organized chaos.
So how do you survive that? A lot of prayers go into it.
A lot of prayers.
And
teamwork too, right? We've had to learn how to work as a team. It's not always perfect, but we've had to learn how to work as a team and raise the kids together, do housework together, do office work together.
It will certainly have to be a team to get this thing to move on. Right now, since then, oldest kid has graduated college. She's doing her postgraduate right now. The middle child is second year in college. And then the last one is 8th grade or 7th grade. Seventh grade. It means that we survived,
We survived, exactly.
That's what it means, that we survived, that we moved forward. And it's been how many years since 2014? And this is 2026. So it's been like 12 years.
Yeah, 12 years.
12 years right now doing this. And we now have 2 locations, which is by the grace of God. So a lot has happened over the years. We're not sure we can remember all the details. Trust
some
me.
of it's a blur.
You don't want to remember all the details or your mind is going to explode. But the highlights of it's been a challenge, but it's a challenge that's been worth it.
Certainly worth it. I mean, we've enjoyed building the practice and getting to help so many families and really grow it. But kids are fun. Kids they're crazy fun, and we've had our kids who've had all kinds of interesting personalities also. For instance, our middle kid was very sensitive to smells. She will even gag sometimes when she smelled something that she didn't like. And
okay, I'm going to tell this story now. My friend Kim, she was watching her that day. We live in Hagerstown, Maryland, and it's Washington County. It's a farming county, so at least 2 times during the course of the year, you're going to have the smell of cattle manure in the air. At a point, Kim just calls me. Oh, she's not feeling well. She's sick. What happened? She says, oh, she was holding her nose for a while, and then she started gagging. I said, Kim, she's not sick. She's just sensitive to all that
just
smell.
doesn't like the cow manure.
Is a cow manure in the air that she is reacting to. Say, Kim, there's nothing wrong with her. That's just her. So that was a funny one because Kim was like, oh, she's sick. No, she's not.
Maybe before you move on from that, just shout out to our wonderful friend Kim, who had to endure also a shoe thrown at her by the same daughter because she was very unhappy to be left for the first time with his friend. And
Kim is so wonderful. I think God sent Kim to us.
Yes.
God created Kim for us. I did not know. But Kim, hi Kim, if you see this, we do really appreciate you.
Yeah. She just called us laughing that even just threw a shoe at me from the back seat.
So she was not happy being left with Kim, and that was the first time though. But over time, oh my God, Kim is so loving too.
Yes,
I think at the point they preferred Kim to me. So moving
yeah,
right along,
she's adorable.
Yeah, and then the first child, Daniela. When God knows you don't know what you're doing, He sends you that.
Such an easy child. To start with.
She was
so
such
you don't change your mind about other
child.
kids.
She was such an easy, she was very motherly. She takes, I report her younger ones. Oh, Daniela, do you know what your sister did? Oh, good. And she listens to all of that, and she's grown to a lovely young woman and focused on her career and moving on. And then the little one that's going to be with me forever.
Well, like, why did we have to give such a long gap?
That's how
we'll be close to retirement now and empty nesters, but no, we have
it feels like
we have a 12-year-old at home.
Yeah,
so.
But
our son, that has been wonderful because he's such a techie, and he's the one who fixes everything who's broken.
He's also a mild kid.
He's a mild kid, yes.
He's very loving.
Very loving.
And he just, today he gave me, I went in church.
I saw that.
He gave me the hug the first time. I was like, and he came back and gave me another hug. Oh my God.
Hugging her at the end of church.
And he's 12. He still gives me hugs. Not when he's embarrassed at his mom. But no,
Let's milk that as much as we can because that's probably going to come in a few years.
Hopefully he is not going to become that child. I want him to remain sweet. And then he is very emotionally intelligent.
He's very emotionally intelligent. That's very true.
Yeah, and all the kids are.
All the kids are actually. They actually are. We're actually seeing that earlier on today that we've been really blessed to have kids who have been just very easygoing. I mean, the kids are always challenging.
They roll with the
punches.
Challenging.
They know
that we have a lot of on our plates, and we've never had a kid that has made it difficult for us and said, "Oh, I'm not going to do this today." Yes, they have their personalities, they have their quirks, but indeed, we have been blessed with.
I will say though that I think part of that. Everyone raises kids differently. One of the things that I think may have helped us some is just very earlier on, just setting the tone where this is what mom and dad needs for you to do, and this is what we're going to do. And, there may be some leeway for them to choose something different, but we also sort of just had them understand that this is a family, and for it to work, everyone has to do their part. So.
They learn to do chores early, and so they're independent. That's one thing that they all can take care of themselves. It's the way we live our lives is this. If you see mom sweeping, jump in. You don't wait to be invited. Whatever we're doing it together. And it has helped us move along. It's not been perfect. And in the moment, it has its own challenges.
Kids is never
in the moment. But looking back at it, it's not just romanticizing it or someone like that, but we know that God has been good to us.
Speaking of just sort of as a family, doing things as a family and allowing each other be able to fully express ourselves, you also have a passion outside of helping to run the practice in real estate. So how did you get into real estate?
Life happened.
And
I have a background in law. I've been barred since.
So she's a lawyer, an attorney.
I've been an attorney since 1998. That was in Nigeria where I did my undergrad and all of that, and was qualified as a lawyer in Nigeria, and then life happened and we came here. I'm also barred in New York. Like all immigrants, you land in New York. It's usually Atlanta, New York, Chicago and Texas.
Yeah,
Those are
the big ones.
For Nigerians, anyways. So I did my bar in New York, and then life happened again, and he got a job in Hagerstown, and so we moved to Hagerstown. And at that time, I was working, so I had to go work in DC.
Yeah,
and
I was like an hour and a half away.
I was driving, hiking all the way to DC, and so this was my routine. I have to leave the house before 6. If I leave the house after 6 a.m., I'm already late for work. Coming back, I get home sometimes about 10 p.m., sometimes 11 p.m., depending on traffic and depending on how much work I had to do that day. I had to go to work, and he has to get them together. There was this period Daniela did not, my oldest daughter did not see me for 72 hours. So for 3 days, I was leaving the house before she woke up, and I was coming back after she'd gone to bed. After 72 hours, the child said, nope, I'm not going to bed until, she told her that, I'm not going to bed until I see Mom. She refused to go to bed. She wanted to see Mom. And it was so funny. I walked into the house, and she sees me, and she goes to bed by herself. And that was it. That was the wake-up call. My daughter needs me. And so I had to stop going. I wound down from DC. Then I came back home. What to do. And that was how I got into real estate.
Yeah.
Because, hey, I'm a lawyer. It's something that comes naturally to me. And so it was an easy transition for me. Yeah. And so the good thing was that I was able to be there for my daughter. Yeah. The challenge with busy people like us is having someone else raise your child. That we did not do because they would resent you later on, and also the values that you have to put in them, you don't have time to do that. Yeah. And you're guilty. Everyone's feeling bad. Yeah. That's what usually happens. But we decided not to do that. One of us had to slow down, and I was the one that had to slow down. But at the same time, it wasn't slowing down because
it wasn't completely slowing down because
it was packing on something else. Not too long after
we had the practice, and so
it was packing on. As much as I was slowing down from law, and I just parked my bar license in New York, just parked it there. But I still had this challenging real estate business to build, starting from the beginning. So there were times the kids were with me, hey, I'm going to show a house, and then the car.
Into the car.
Oh, my kids. There was a day someone saw me in the grocery store, and he was like, you don't have your kids. So it is possible for you not to. Is it possible? Because I always had them with me. We did everything together. They were troopers. They cooperated, and they gave very little fuss about anything.
But why don't you tell us a little bit more about what you do in real estate? So how long have you been a realtor, and what has that experience been like?
I've been in real estate for over 15 years. Yeah, when I tell people that, they're like, seriously? Yes, I've been in real estate I have been selling and helping people buy and sell real estate for over 15 years. How has it been?
What has that been like?
See, the thing is that my background in law, we're already trained to hold confidences. Confident, you don't. I'm like a lockbox.
Very true.
So anything that goes doesn't come out unless it is unless I'm specifically instructed to communicate that. I will not communicate it. That's already my training from law. So it flows over to real estate, where people open up to you. Their finances are open to you. Their lives are open to you. So how do you manage that? Real estate says anything you hear or do, you should not. So
and it's the other way around also. Even as a physician, I have to keep people's medical information, confidential. You're talking about someone who bumped into you.
It does happen that sometimes they see him in the office. Usually when I'm in the office, nobody knows I'm in the office because I do background work. Sometimes they don't even see me in the office. They see him, and I run into them in the store. They're like, hey, I was there the other day. Oh, didn't he tell you? I'm like, no.
None of our business.
Tell me. It's not my business to know.
Yeah.
Yes,
and the other way around.
I'm the practice manager, and I have some HIPAA rights. I can look in, but we don't play with that. We stay very, very professional about that. And so going back to real estate, so everywhere I work, I'm dealing with I'm dealing with people's confidential information. And being for real estate, I've always dealt with people. So in law, you have to know people. In managing a practice, hey, the main thing, people usually look at medicine as, hey, it's medicine. No, it is a lot of customer service,
it
a
is customer
lot of
service,
customer service.
yes.
So you're dealing with people and understanding people and
Making sure you're meeting their
making
needs.
sure you meet their needs and diffusing. If there is a tense situation, you're there to untense it. And the same thing with real estate. It's one of the most people is the most challenging thing that they would ever do in their lives besides their families, taking care of their families, because you're dealing with hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's a very, very large transaction for them. And it's like, oh, I'm going into debt for this huge thing. And all that kind of like goes into the mindset with which they're walking into this. And I am on the other side here helping them from the beginning of it, from preparing them to even start looking for a house, qualifying them, getting them to look at what they want, narrowing down their specifics, because a lot of times they come in and it's not quite clear
what they want,
or
what would meet their needs,
and sometimes they come in with a pie in the sky, really. It's this fantastic thing, but at some point, the available cash and what the market has to offer kind of helps us get to what realistically they want. And we work hard at it. No matter how long it takes, we work hard at it, and when we get there, my goal is to have satisfied clients. Real estate is not the only thing I have going on for me. My husband is a doctor, and I cannot put his name in the mud because of real estate. And the same way, vice versa, we have names that we have to uphold, and our integrity.
Integrity is important.
People have to trust us. So I assure them of that. Sometimes the clients come in with some level of trepidation. They're not sure of what's happening. They're not sure of how this thing's going to go. And it's my job to take them from there, build their confidence, and get them to the finish line. My job to be completely loyal to them. It's their interest I'm protecting. And at the same time, keep a tranquil relationship with both sides of the transaction. So it is a lot of finessing and a lot of maturity that goes into it, and it can be stressful, but hey, it's fun.
What's the rewarding part of all of that? Being able to help these families with their real estate transactions, whether it's helping them buy a home or sell a home.
The most rewarding part of it is at the end, you make lifelong friends. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Yes, you help them buy their home. You are happy. You are happy that you have helped them accomplish a dream in their lives. Or even, I also go into commercial properties, or hey, buy this piece of commercial property to continue to build their dreams. But that is an accomplishment on its own, and they're happy, I'm happy. But more than anything, you come out of it with lifelong friends. I'm not joking. Hey, there's another part of it. You can actually be the realtor of, it starts from one person, and then the next in the family. You start from one person, and then this person, and then and at some point you have helped 4 or 4 of them buy their homes, settle them, they're all happy, and you become, hey, one of the family members.
An adopted family member. Yes. But it only happens though because you pour your heart into it. Even many times that you push for your client, even when it means you may get less out of the transaction.
Yes.
But you know that this is the best thing for them. And so really trying to help them get a really good deal. Integrity is really important to us. Now, faith is really important to us. Yes. It's really important that we're doing things that we know that we can go to bed at night and lay our heads peacefully at night. And so
I don't have to say,
I
God,
really
please
see,
forgive me.
I know, right? So I know how hard you work. What would you say to someone who is thinking about it? What is someone to think about real estate right now, and how that fits into their dreams and their plans?
I would say that, There's a lot going on. People, you hear all sorts of things. We all know that a lot of times negative stories go further than positive stories. That's just human nature. I think it's always more interesting to tell the negative. I know,
it's
but
human nature.
it's human nature. But I would say this: yes, the economy, the that. I would tell you, even in this economy, people are getting what they want. They are settling down. They are making money. It all depends on how you approach it. It all depends on who you're working with. Even when the real estate market was upside down, people made money then. People got their
good
dreams.
deals in their homes.
So it all depends on who you're working with and who's guiding you. And for me, in all my transactions, my goal is for my client to be happy. It doesn't matter how much I make from it. I had this friend, she was a realtor, and she said her clients ask her, when they come down to it and ask her what house should they buy. This one gives me more commission than this. Hey, that's not how I practice. I always say your choice. I will tell you the pros and the cons of each one and you decide. But I do not make that decision for you. Not at all. Never. Why? Because besides it not being ethical, I think my own morals will not allow me to do it. In the future, if anything, the client finds out anything is not as they thought it was. Maybe not that you consciously trick them, but it never did come up. Yeah, and something comes up later. They will know that it is their choice and not my choice. It makes for that relationship. It's respecting that relationship
also builds that trust.
It builds that trust where they make their own. They're not children. They make their own decisions. They stand on it. All my job is to give them as much information as possible, and I do that to the latter. And then they make their choice. And I always make sure anything I find out, negative or positive, they will know about it. I never make choices for my clients. So that has really been my way of practice. And I always tell myself I'd rather have peace and a good name than anything.
Well, it served us very well and served you very well. And really excited to be able to showcase, the lady behind the practice, and more importantly, also showcase her passion as well in real estate. So, if you're looking for a place where you can have your real estate needs taken care of, just reach out. You can comment real estate in the comments or send us a message, and we will reach back out to you. And all the contact information will be on the screen as well as in the comments as well. And it was fun having you on this video, on this conversation. We should do this more often.
I enjoyed myself. So,
any last words?
Thank you for listening to us. Thank you to our patients over the years. We want to say a real big thank you, because if not for you, we would not be here. This whole thing started like an adventure. Well, it's still an ongoing adventure. We do not know where it's going to end. But you guys have been the reason why the doors are still open, the lights are still on, and you have done this journey with us. Hopefully, we have been good to you as well. I think so.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure serving the community, whether it's through the practice or through your real estate practice.
And I will stop here to say thank you to all my clients that have become my family. Thank you so much. You guys have been wonderful. We went through the trenches together, and so we're friends forever.
All right, guys. So wanted to really introduce you to my beautiful wife, Obi, and here's to many more years building our business and our life and our family together. We'll make it work.
No retreat, no surrender.
No surrender. All right, bye everyone.
Bye, guys. Have fun.